Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm Danielle. I own an online business where I sell natural skincare products. Everything is handcrafted by me with 100% natural ingredients. And I also help women start and expand their skincare businesses. Today, we're going to be talking about why I stopped following so many people online because y'all, it became extremely overwhelming for me. Okay. So, a lot of times when you are new to business, you are literally grabbing onto anybody that you can that's going to give you some free information because let's face it, businesses are not cheap to run, and you're trying to consume all the free information so that you can get things rolling. So what happens a lot of times is you start following people for certain things. So like you hear somebody talk about like how to grow your social media, and so you'll start following them, and then something might pop up about marketing and you're like, oh, I like how she broke that down, like I'm gonna follow her. And then you hear somebody talk about like, oh, these are the top things you need to do to build a successful brand. Okay, so now you're following them. And then you're following somebody to teach you how to build business credit and how to reach your target audience. And all of these people have wonderful information, and that's why you're following them all. You're learning so much, but it's extremely overwhelming. And this is what happened to me. I was following so many people, and then what gets not even overwhelming but confusing is when you're following so many people, but then they may have different thought processes, or which different a difference of thought process is great, but when you're trying to learn something so that you can do it, it becomes confusing. And so it's like, well, what's the better way? What's the easiest way? What's going to give me the most results? Well, they're telling me two different things. What am I supposed to do? And so it becomes confusing, especially when you're listening to multiple people um in that same like category. So um one day, or maybe it was over a couple of days or a couple of weeks, I can't remember, but it just all happened. I just decided I was gonna stop following everybody because I was almost feeling paralyzed. Because if you're running a business on social media, you are likely on social media more than you should be, and you're consuming a lot of content. So you're on there for business, right? But you're also on there as a consumer because you're, looking at your people that you like. And so you're consuming all this information, and it was like, Danielle, you are getting so much information. Like you cannot even possibly do all of this stuff because it's daily that you're getting new things to do, that they're telling you, do this, try this. This is what works. This is guaranteed to get you this amount of money. And which is all just, you know, um it's helpful, but there's no guarantees, right? So I just decided, look, you're not even getting anything done because half the time, y'all, you you're half the time you're listening to this information, but then you're also like you're in deep in their business and what they're doing, and like it's like it starts to become paralyzing, at least for me. And so one day I was just like, Daniel, you are spending way too much time listening to everybody else tell you what you need to be doing. You ain't even done nothing. And it was true. I hadn't even done anything because I had a list of what everybody was telling me to do, but I couldn't execute it because I was too busy writing notes from this thing that I saw here and that thing that I saw last week that I still needed to do. Um, it just became paralyzing. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop following all these people. And I did. And I still followed like a few, but now today I stopped following them too because it was just too much. And this isn't for everybody, but this is for a lot of people who are in a situation to where you are the type of person that you are consuming all this information all the time, and you have notes and notes and notes, and you haven't done anything. And it feels good because you have all the notes and you have all the information and you think you have a plan, but you haven't done it because you're consistently getting all the new information daily. It's pretty much daily, y'all, that they put out this information, because they're running a business too. That's how they're making their money, is, giving you all this new information. And it just, take a moment um to figure out, and this may take more than a moment, but figure out what's the first thing you need to do for your business. And maybe you just follow that person. You just stay tuned in with that person, and everybody else you unfollow. And this doesn't have to be a permanent thing. It doesn't have to be a permanent thing. And this is not a mean thing. Like, oh, I'm unfollowing them because I don't like them. No, I'm unfollowing them so I can start executing on my business, because you're executing on your business, but I'm not executing on my business because I'm too busy listening to all these executions you're doing that's successful for you, but I don't have any time to actually do it for myself. So this isn't being mean. This isn't anything like that. This is getting rid of the noise. Getting rid of the noise, and either, okay, I'm gonna unfollow. If you already got some good notes of things you need to do, but you haven't been able to do because you're continuously getting new information and you don't know what's what, maybe you do need to stop. You need to unfollow everybody. But if you are brand new, maybe just follow somebody that is talking about the one thing that you need to focus on right now, because you can't do everything at one time, y'all. So this is something that has taken me a really long time to understand, is when you have so many people telling you things, if it's the same thing or different things, it almost paralyzes you to the point to where you're soaking up all the information, but you're not executing any of it. And that is what's really going to separate you and move your business forward towards being successful, is by you executing. And so that is what I notice about myself, and I see a lot of other people. They can't execute because they're too busy consuming information, and they have so many voices that it gets cluttered. It gets cluttered. You can't focus on what you need to do, because you're like, well, they said to do this, but then she said to do that, but then he said you need to do that this way. It's too much. It's too much. So I really encourage you to take a look and see, like, what kind of person are you, and what do you need to do, what's going to be best for you. And there's no hard feelings with anybody, but what do I need to do for the success of my business, to move my business forward? Is not going to be by keep taking notes. It's going to be by execution. You have to execute. Even when you execute and you fail, you still learn, you still grow, and you can execute some more. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm saying that, you just need to go out there and execute everything and don't follow anybody, don't learn nothing. That's not what I'm saying. Learning, you should always be learning. However, if you always learning is stopping you from being able to do the implementation, then you need to pause, implement, learn, implement, repeat. And this may change because here's one of the most amazing things that I have discovered about entrepreneurship, is who you are. The type of person that you are right now may not be the same person that you're in a year from now. It definitely shouldn't be the same person you are in 5 years from now. And so this all may change. But I'm saying right now, this is something that I struggle with and I had to do for myself. I know other people that I see and hear, they struggle with the same thing. And so I just wanted to share this with you. I hope it helps. I know how frustrating it is to feel like paralyzed, almost to where, like, you don't even know what to do because so many people are telling you different things, and you really have to learn to just focus in, zoom in, and get rid of all the noise. And so if that means unfollowing everybody, girl, unfollow everybody. If that means unfollowing one, or if that means just following 1 to 2 people, follow those 1 to 2 people. And then once you implement everything you know, and you're satisfied with that piece, then go repeat that process and follow 1 to 2 other people. Then you can really zoom in on what they're saying and implement that, and just keep going. But we cannot continue to just be like these sponges for like all this information and never do anything with it. And I know a lot of people struggle with that because naturally, like, we're learners. We like to learn, especially when you're passionate about your business. You want to continue to learn, like, how can I be better? Like, what do I need to be doing? And like all of that. But if you're just taking notes all day and not able to do any of it because you don't have time, because you're constantly just note taking, and enrolling in new courses and this and that, but you're never actually doing the work, it's going to be really hard to see your business move forward. So I don't know who needed this video, but I wanted to put it out there because I know that someone's going through it, and this is something that I've done that's been extremely helpful in just blocking out the noise and being able to really focus and implement. Okay, we have to execute. All right, I hope that was helpful, y'all. If y'all have any questions or have any recommendations on future videos, definitely leave them in the comments, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.